Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of My Car Story. I'm here with Burt. Burt, what's your last name?
Burt Richmond.
Richmond. And we're out at Rise and Drive in Chicago, and a beautiful day today, a little windy, which you can probably already hear. Burt, what do you have today?
I've got a 1985 Fiero GT, which is the V6 engine.
Which is the bigger one?
It is the bigger engine. It also was available with a 4-cylinder, but the big deal that this thing is original, unrestored. I'm the second owner. It's got 22,000 miles, and it looks brand new, which you will see when we look under the hood.
22,000 miles, a Fiero GT, popular car in the 80s. Let me grab this camera as I usually do. Come on over here next to me, Burt. Come right over here, and let's take a look at our main attraction. Now, there was the Fiero and then the Fiero GT, and the difference really was just the 4-cylinder versus the 6-cylinder. And as you can see, we've got wonderful striping on it and the all-important GT badge. We're down here by the lake, so you're probably getting some effects. Now, Burt, what out of all the cars in the world, come on back with me, out of all the cars in the world, how'd you end up with a Fiero GT?
Well, ever since 1985, I always wanted one, and you know, I waited long enough until they deteriorated, fell apart, and luckily found this one in Indianapolis about a year ago, and I couldn't believe the photos from the seller that it actually was this clean, but it is totally immaculate. I flew down, drove it back, and I haven't been able to get the smile off my face ever since.
That is great. And the skirts came with the GT package.
Correct. And what's unusual is this decal striping that starts in the front.
Yeah.
It's still intact. Still is in great shape. Apparently this fellow that I got it from really never used it in the rain, never used it in the snow, and this was his pride and joy.
Well, yeah, you can see this car is ridiculously babied. A very unique car, a mid-engine car for an American car maker. This is the original exhaust as well, correct? I mean, they actually had those kind of fluted exhaust tips.
Yes, what I find amazing is that a company like General Motors, which is into high volume, big production, spent so much intelligence on engineering to create a mid-engine car, and I don't know why they didn't sell more of them. It had a reasonably long, I think 7 or 8 year life. And you know, the thing is just a dream to drive, and the best part about it, in my opinion, is
open up the door.
The comfort of the interior. I mean,
let me do this just before we get there. Let me do that for people.
This looks like a total Recaro seat, and I have to tell you that I was in a rally from Peking to Paris.
Yeah.
Which was 16,000 kilometers, and I did it in a 1953 Citroen 2CV, and the seats that I chose for that long 2-month ride,
yes,
were Fiero seats because they're so comfortable.
And I see speakers in those seats.
That's true, and so for those of us who are senior citizens, a little bit of sound coming into each ear. Really, it's a wonderful sound system.
All of the original badging, the mirror, just all looks great. Burt, let's open the, we're actually going to open the trunk compartment. And the reason why
this will really startle you. It looks like it's just come out of the factory.
It's brand spanking new under here, as you can see.
I mean, there aren't even any dead mosquitoes or flies.
Burt, the nice thing you'll see about this high-def camera is you'll be able to read some of these notes for the first time in your life that are under your
bonnet.
Under your bonnet. We'll be able to pause on those. You can see the lights flip up here. Let me get on the other side real quick.
What you're looking at is power brakes, power steering. It's really quite a comfortable car.
And let's shut. Whoa! I want to get one more. Actually, I see it on the other fender. Let me do one more before we go, which is this one here. camera will help us actually because we can go upside down. Is this the build sheet on it?
Yes.
Okay. And let's take a look under the in the trunk area or the engine compartment.
Right. It actually does have a trunk, and I've brought
So there's
lots
the
of
trunk.
groceries back and forth. But
Now-
this is our transverse V6 engine. And again, you'll see that all of the decals are as they were when it came from the factory.
And there's your engine that's actually sideways,
Right, transverse.
transverse, right? And under here is I see some. What do we have under there?
Battery is on the air cleaner.
Air cleaner. Okay, air intake, battery, and then the engine this way. Let's start it up. You can hear it here. Give it a little rev, Bert. Nice. Nice. All right. Get a little more power out of the 6-cylinder. All right, Bert, perfect. Shut it off. Thank you so much. Let's have you jump out. Let's have you shut the door. And we'll shut the trunk compartment, the engine compartment. Stand right there, Bert. Get a shot. Hey, Bert, thanks so much for being on my car story and sharing your Fiero. It's so clean.
Thank you.